I have been everything you can't respect. You know, a lawyer, a politician, a journalist, and a talk show host. Going from a news anchor to a talk show host is a step up. Once I sell used cars, I've done the whole bit. My first big break didn't come in the business that I'm now in. I started off as a lawyer and then working for Bobby Kennedy, and then when he was assassinated, I started practicing law a little bit, but I was still very active in the anti-war movement and in the civil rights movement, so I decided to run for political office. So for 10 years, I was a city councilman and mayor of Cincinnati, again, having nothing to do with the media. This was 1982. I decided to run, after I finished being mayor, I decided to run for governor of Ohio. But the NBC affiliate in Cincinnati offered me the job to anchor their news. I guess based on the theory that if he knows the city as a mayor, then that'd be a good person to get the news from. But they said, in case you don't win, you've got a job. And that's exactly what happened. The day after the election, the week after the election, I went to work. I had no particular interest in being a news anchor, but because my passion in life are political issues, I wanted to do political commentary. So when they offered me a job, I said I would rather just every night on the news do a political commentary. So we made a deal. They would let me do a nightly political commentary if I would agree to also anchor. And so I did that. I did the news every night at 5:30, 6, and 11. And I did that for 10 years. And the station then went from 4th place in the market. Back then we were right behind Mork and Mindy, but we climbed to 1st place and then held that. We were pretty dominant in the ratings, and the company that owned this station, this NBC affiliate where I did the news, also owned talk shows. They owned Phil Donahue, Sally Jessy Raphael, and Phil was getting pretty close to retirement. So one day the CEO, a fellow named Walter Bartlett, took me to lunch and said, look, Phil's getting close to retirement. We're starting a new talk show, and you're going to host it. So I was assigned to it as an employee, and that's where I guess I came across the radar screen to the people in charge. And they said, well, if he can be dominant in the news, maybe he could be a talk show host. So the person, at least in their mind, they thought the show would be the Phil Donahue show, and Phil Donahue started out as a journalist as well. So there was a path of going from journalism to talk shows. You know, and it was a 6-week contract. Well, here we are 22 years later. So I guess if you really want to get your own talk show, first be a mayor. Yeah, I don't have any talent. I'm not saying that disingenuously. That's the truth. I mean, I keep saying I think I'm a nice guy and I'm reasonably bright, but I don't have any particular talent. No one would have picked me out of a line in high school, college, law school, and said, you know, this guy's going to be in showbiz. I just got lucky. I happen to host a show that's very popular. And because of that, you get opportunities to do other things. People are always calling saying, you know, will you host America's Got Talent? Will you be on Dancing with the Stars? Whatever, you get all these opportunities. So I am convinced that most of life is luck. I mean, I work hard, but so does virtually everyone else. If you're doing a talk show every day, you're in people's living rooms every day then. You're in their homes to a large extent. People have to be very comfortable with you. If you are grating, you just can't have a show of mass popularity. They got to be really comfortable. You've got to be like one of the family. And that's where this Jerry. Why that works is because no one, for good reason, feels threatened by me. The best advice in life is the same advice I think I give my daughter. If you really work hard and be good at what you're doing, someone will notice and you'll have another opportunity. You can't map out your life and say, when I'm 25, I'm going to be doing this. When I'm 30, I'm going to be doing that. And the reason you can't is because you're not in charge. Other people decide where you're going to go and what you're going to do in most cases. So therefore, just be really good at what you're doing and you'll have an opportunity that you never even thought about. I hadn't spent 1 second of my life ever thinking I would be in television. Never. And then, you know, here I have this wonderful life because of it. So life just happens. The best you can be is prepared by being really good at what you do.